Please start, please start, please start, please start. Priming.
Tell me, is it whack up in the air? Rapping scattered off the gear. I can map him, get it, yeah. It's like a tracker, get distracted, send him back like in the mail. Not a fraction of them real. Catch him lacking, run the drill. Running through the shit like a motherfucking dage. I got.
Welcome to another vlog, guys. On this episode, I'm just going to be playing with the R32 while I'm waiting for the S13 clutch to come. Getting pretty bored, want to do some car stuff, so 32, I'm thinking I'll try to start it, because the other day I said I was going to try and start it, but I didn't end up doing that. We just pushed it. So I'm going to try and start it and probably drive it around a little bit, one last hurrah, and then rip the rb20 out. So I kind of didn't want to do it yet, because otherwise I'm going to make a mess everywhere. But and there's already a mess. I kind of want to keep all that stuff together and they're separate, but yeah, I've decided to do it because it's Saturday and I'm excited. Also, got the R32 wide body over fenders. I think they're Aeromac or AMAC or whatever. Can't remember the brand. I'm gonna try them on as well and see what they look like. I just want it to look more GTR like, with a little bit wider at the rear. And these are the cheap option, so we'll take them on and see what they look like. Still got to get a rear bar and side skirts, front bar, and the front fenders. I want to get GTR front fenders on there too, and that'll make it look fatter on the front. Run bigger tires. But yeah, let's see if it starts, eh? Just got to plug in the wiring harness, because I had the spark plugs out and I cleaned them. So I'm going to plug that in and then put a battery in and then see if she fires. Let's do it. Have a guess in the comments now. Do you think it's going to start, or do you think it's just going to turn over and then not start and then I just pull the engine out? Or is it going to start and then we can drive around and have some fun, do some mad turbo noises? Alright, this rb20 is all back together, but it has seen better days. There's a lot of fucking how's it going stuff on here. It was on fire at some stage as well. All that shit's burnt. You can see signs of a fire there, which is always not the greatest to see. But yeah, there's a lot of how's it going shit in here. But it was a cheap deal. It was a drift car, and that's kind of the deal with these old Nissans most of the time these days, in Australia anyway. Thanks, Jacob, for letting me borrow your battery. Let's give it a go, eh? It's alive. It's blowing a lot of smoke out the back, but a lot of ticking noise. It's like no blow-by, eh? Okay, hopefully I don't get bogged, but let's give it a go. smokes just from the exhaust, eh? I'll see if I can hold the camera, but I don't know. That was heaps of fun. Laid some tracks on the new drift pad. Literally on fire. Something's burning down there. The turbo's like cooking, eh? That's right, it's got no oil. It's got no oil or water connected to the turbo. Shit, mate. Yeah, how good is a better fan setup? Just plug in these fuses straight in there. Well, that was the last hurrah for the R32. Just gonna give it a wash now. But yeah, this is the new drift pad that we just finished on. Got a massive burn pile there. I gotta burn that when it stops raining. But I've had a bit of a project going on here for the last couple of weeks in the backyard here, and yeah, so one day all this is going to be asphalt and a drift track in the backyard right next to the shed. But one day it's super expensive. I'm gonna just wait for a bit, see how things go, because I don't have any money from my normal job income at the moment. It's only just covering my overheads for the business, and obviously making episodes costs money to buy car parts, go to events and things. So later on, if I start getting a sponsor or something like that, or who knows what can happen, but getting this asphalted, and I'll probably do it myself as much as possible with the roller and everything to save costs. But how freaking awesome is this going to be? I'm thinking about having sprinklers on it too, so that it's like you can do it in the wet. But yeah, that was a shitload of fun. I just spent like bloody 20 minutes gurneying all the mud off it, and I bet you it's still covered in dirt, and mud and shit. But hopefully it starts, and then I can drive it back in the shed, let it cool down, and rip the engine out. Probably tonight now, because that's going to be hot for a while. But how sick is this going to be when this is all asphalt? The neighbours are going to love me. Ho ho! Please start, please start, please start, please start. Priming. Woohoo! She's all warmed up, boys. Let's get her inside. Alright, so the engine's bloody hot right now, but I'm going to do a few things, take the bonnet off, just disconnect a few things that aren't hot, and then we'll go from there, see how much we can get done. I thought it was a smart idea putting the camera on my toolbox, but I can't get to my bloody tools, so I'll find a new spot for this. That'll do. Get to use my freaking awesome new Makita tool. Oh, it's so sick. Good little tip when you're working on engines and things, just put the bonnet on the roof, and then you can still get in through the doors and it's out the way, and then it's not like taking up space everywhere else. But most people probably would have known that, and then now I've got full access. Woohoo! First thing I'm going to do is just drop the coolant and the oil. I'm still using a jack because the S13's on the hoist, and I can't really push it out by myself, it's too heavy. So back to the old school jack and stands. Oh. Someone's fully jacked it off the sump at some point. Sump's cooked. Or it's hit a rock, but I'm pretty sure that's a jack. Yeah, that's a bloody jack, that is. But did a good job cleaning it. It's actually not that dirty. Wow, the Skyline arms look so different. It's going to be interesting having a look at some of the things on this car, because I've never worked on an R chassis before, just S chassis, so a few of the arms are different, a few of them look pretty much the same, brakes and things like that are the same, but it's exciting. Wow, check out how much glue's on the bloody sump. It's like pissing out the side. That's a shitload. They must have had a leaky oil sump in the past. I did just say I'm going to drop the oil in the coolant, but I just realised I've only got like my other oil containers being used by the gearbox oil, so I'm just going to leave the oil in it. That can stay in there. It's not really going to leak anywhere. But I'm going to drop the coolant now. Let's do that. That's easy. I've got a container for it. This one bung right here. It's just this one right here. And yeah, let's just unscrew that. And it looks like it's going to be shit. Let's do it. Alright, this is just gonna go everywhere, but anyway. It's really hard to like point and film, like point the camera at what you're doing at the same time as looking at what you're doing. You know what I mean? Let's see if there's any coolant in this thing. Oh, it already looks yuck. Like murky shit. Oh, sprung a leak. Oh, look at that. Just pissed on me. Whoa, that stinks. That smells like shit. Makes you wonder sometimes, eh? Like how often people do shit on their car. I don't know about you guys, but I change my coolant and oil. Well, not coolant that much, but definitely the oil. Change the coolant as soon as I buy a new car. First thing I do, coolant, oil, filters. This actually reeks like sewage water, eh? Not that it normally smells good anyway. Another tip, it won't all come out very fast until you open the radiator cap. If you open the radiator cap, I know it's hot and you probably shouldn't do this, but if you crack it once, you crack it open, it'll piss out more. There you go. So it'll just speed up the process a bit there. Not in a good spot, hitting that bar. Be nice if it just flowed out. Anyway, we'll let that piece out. Hopefully that bucket's big enough. So the radiator is out, and just looking at it, they look like eBay fans. So I've had eBay fans before in the past. Like I had some on the 180 and like they work, but I know it's worth paying the extra money to get like good brand ones. They're a lot more powerful, they draw a lot more power, but they will do a heaps better job. Like the 180 is like massive difference. I used to have to do like cool down laps at roll racing, even just racing, and then drifting is a bit different because the airflow doesn't get in there as well. But yeah, I used to have to do a cool down lap when I was doing roll racing, but I've got SKYLINE fans in the 180 now. They're a really good brand, and they're pull fans, and they pull in a shit ton of air, so it's worth getting good fans. Cooling on a drift car is like one of your biggest concerns. You want to get that right, because you don't want to spend all your time bloody cooling down. Yeah, cooling's a good one to get right. So we'll definitely upgrade the fans. Look at that. How hard would that be to get off with a normal tool? The key to little impact bloody wrench. Oh, easy as, mate. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Alrighty, so I've disconnected everything on top. Intercooler piping, wiring harness, the radiator coolant hoses and all that jazz, the fuel lines, the power steering, that cable, and yeah, so everything's disconnected. Just got to loosen off the engine mounts, disconnect the exhaust and the tail shaft, and then we'll pull the gearbox out with it. So I've got to take that gear knob off and the gearbox and the gearbox mounts. So yeah, getting there. I just went under the car to have a look for the first time, and come have a look at this. I found some cool shit. Get on my creeper. It's actually so good to have a creeper on flat floor. I've only used one at Dad's house on the bloody Pebblecrete, and that's shit house. Someone's got it all real nice and dirty under here. I don't know who would have done that. Check out this bloody gearbox. Hey, what's going on with that? The bloody plate's just completely bent, eh? Not even bolted in. It's missing those brackets off it. There's normally 2 brackets that bolt on here. Yeah, they're not there. That plate's a little bent. There's bolts hanging out. Oh, yeah, there's 1 bolt missing out of there. That 1 less bolt I have to undo. What else was dodgy under here? I think something else. I don't know what this is either. It's on the gearbox. I've never seen one of those. But it's a steel line that goes somewhere. I love RB setup, hey. I don't know if it's just because I'm familiar with it or... Does anyone want to buy an RB20? I'll clean it up. It's got a nice thing in it. Just gonna have to wrap it up there for today's vlog, guys. Made some pretty good progress on the 32. Got the most of the gear disconnected. Be finishing that off tomorrow morning, so that'll be the next vlog. And yeah, so we've just got some friends coming over for a barbecue, so finish up a bit early here today, and then we'll continue on tomorrow morning. But yeah, loving working in the freaking shed. So awesome. It's just, oh, it's so good compared to that shitty single garage. Sometimes I need to just like bring up a photo of my old garage just to remember how shit it was and how good it is now. But yeah, it didn't just happen by itself. You can make it happen. Just go out there and smash it. Hard work pays off, and now I get to enjoy it. So, loving life in this shed. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you like the 32, comment, hit the like button, drop a comment on what you want to see, what sort of mods you want to see on this car, and then also subscribe.